George and Brenda Brincku are Southwest Florida business owners. They eagerly awaited the completion of a house they were building for their family. When the day arrived and they walked through the door, they didn't realize that their new house was about to become a nightmare that could literally consume their lives for the months and years to come. There's a lot we can learn from George and Brenda's story.
Hi everyone, I'd just like to take a little time here to kind of give everybody an idea of what has been causing the AC units in our home to fail. We've had 3 units go down, which is the coils in one unit and 4 in the other unit. And the black stuff that you see on the coils here is called copper sulfide. And this is something that you need to look for, especially when you're looking at buying a home or thinking about buying a home. Look at the air conditioning coils, and they're located right inside an air handler, as you can see here with the AC unit. And some may be located up in the attic, and then some of them may be also located in the garage. These happen to be in a closet.
I just want to explain a few things that have gone on in our home when we were living here that we noticed. And you know, if you're going through the same things that you might want to take notice to, we had problems with batteries. Batteries would corrode. We were constantly going through batteries. We also, my belt. I had a Brincku belt, and it turned, all the silver turned black. And I had a candle from France. The rim had all turned black on me. My perfume bottles, I started noticing all my perfume bottles. The tops were turning black. And also our speaker wires were turning black. We had a lot of our coins. When we started really noticing a big problem is the coins in our drawers were turning, and they would be shiny on one side and black on the other. And then we've had radios, we've had computers, our computer go bad, we've had a transformer and our light go, and these are just a few of the things that have affected us. In the last 7 months, this has pretty much consumed our lives. As you can see, all the notebooks we've had, research we've worked on, and we've even had MIT, we sent them samples to test our drywall. We've had State Farm out to say their electric is in terrible shape. We've had Florida Department of Health came out and took these photographs for us, and you can see many of them on their website of different things that have been defective in our house. When we were building our home, I took a lot of pictures as we were building, and this is the drywall that we have upstairs. They brought a shipment to us, and this is National Gypsum's drywall, and this was all upstairs. All our drywall upstairs is from National Gypsum. And these are just some of the articles and things that we have researched during this time.
My name is Harrison Brincku, and this wiring is corroding in my bathroom. Faucet in the bathtubs are turning black.
Another area that kind of raises concern that I like to talk about is the wires in the wall. This is a piece of drywall that is located on the inside of the wall with one piece located on the outside of the wall. This is a wall cavity that's enclosed. And when you look at the wire, you see this wire here is like almost like a off tan color. When you pull up the wire, you can see the 2 different colors. What it used to look like, which was the white, which is buried inside the wood, and then the wire that's exposed to the drywall area is actually tanning with inside the wall cavity. And it does raise quite a concern, because you know that something is causing this to turn these wires this color. Okay, also I noticed that when we went up in the attic, this is called the insulation that is also directly packed down onto the drywall. And here is like electrical wire that is, when it was placed up in the attic, the paper and the electrical wire were in contact with each other. And when the electrical wire was separated from the paper, I noticed this black streaking. And we called up Owens Corning to find out exactly why this was happening. And they told me that this should not be happening because this here is called roadside tar. And this is supposed to withstand high extreme temperatures up to 500, 600, 800 degrees. And they said that this here that's happening on the outside and that's oozing through the paper, that's becoming liquefied, is not normal. And I asked also MIT about this, and he told me that this is sulfuric-like conditions that is causing this tar to break down of this organic substance.
Hi, I just want to show you what's going on in our bathroom. There is pitting going on in our sink fixtures, and black you can see. And also MIT described our house like it's acid rain without the rain. And when National Gypsum came into our house for 7 days, they were looking for Chinese drywall, but they couldn't find any. Most of the boards in our home are National Gypsum, and a very small percentage is USG.
Okay, I just want to show you some pretty simple tests that you could do at home when you're, thinking that you may have some gassing type issues with drywall. This is just basically a mason jar you buy at Publix. What you want to do here is put in some, purified water, and just take a mason jar like this, put the sheetrock or the drywall, in this case, inside the jar. Take a piece of electrical cord with a copper wire, strip the plastic or the coating off the wire, and just suspend it inside the jar, and then place it out in the sunlight for 2 weeks and see if your wire turns black. And if it does, and your wire does turn black, it's going to look something like this. You'll see the black on the copper, and that's basically copper sulfide. And you could see how, it turned that wire just, totally black. And then also I did some baggie test. Just a plastic bag with a piece of drywall inside there. The copper penny in here, after so many months, you can actually see the drywall, what it did to the copper penny. It turned it black. And this is pretty indicative to what it does to all the copper in the home. It just changes the colors. And then if you have good drywall and you stick it in a plastic bag with, again, just dampen the not a whole lot of water, but just dampen it, you'll see that this copper penny is just as shiny as the day I put it in. Again, no issues with this drywall. But this drywall here obviously has an issue because it is turning black. And again, this is something you could do relatively, cheap and inexpensive. And then also another one is I've taken nickel, I've taken copper, and I've taken different things, stuck them in a plastic bottle, just add a little water to the bottom, put the drywall in there, and it turns the penny black. And if we could just, get a close-up, you could see that copper penny in there. It's hardly recognizable, but that used to look like the copper penny that I just showed you. That was just, that was really, really clean. But you could see that copper that's just really turned black.
You can watch our story on cbsnews.com and click on the link, Bad Drywall Rots New Home. Thanks, and I appreciate you taking the time out to hear our story.
George and Brenda's story, unfortunately, is not unique. It is being lived out by many in Florida and other parts of the country, and the final chapter has yet to be written. For now, awareness and information are the best weapons to prevent or minimize the consequences of these harmful products. Look for these signs in any house you intend to buy or lease.